to now open up the public hearing for ordinance 2026-01, the budget for years 25 through 26. And this is a time for public comment on that ordinance. We'll just have a time if anyone wants to speak. Now's the time.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
I want some clarification because if I understand right, last month's meeting, you said you needed to increase the budget for salaries by $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
And there's in the newspaper, they have the budget printout here, and it looks like from fiscal year 24 to 25 and to fiscal year 25 to 26, I get an increase of 16,000. So I just wanted to know what, you know.
I can clarify that.
Okay.
So the way that our budget is broke up, it's broke up in the general fund has the public, the general fund, which is what I get paid out of, the main general fund. Then it goes into public works, which is what Mike's department would be. Then it goes into the police department, obviously the police department. And then we have the fire department, and then the Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So last year when we did raises, every year we kind of were catching up a little bit because last year I put a little bit just more on there because what we do is if somebody, so if we ever were to quit or resign, we get paid out of our vacation and we get paid out for our comp time. We do not get paid out for our sick time. So if someone was to leave and they needed to get paid out, then we would have to pay that out. So that would come out of the payroll. So last year, whenever we did payroll, I upped it just a little bit more because some of our employees had a lot more time to use. So if they were to quit, then I would have to pay them out. Well, that would have to come out of somewhere. Then that means me having to come back to the budget amendment, things like that. So last year we had a little bit of a more. Well, last year we had an employee that was out for 3 months, so that diminished that time. So this year I didn't have to do as much because I already made up for that last year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a buffer.
Yes,
For
so I have to
1,000,
still.
and if you don't use it, it goes back into the
Yes,
budget.
but I have to keep it in the budget for the payroll so that if one of us was to resign and we have vacation and comp time that needs to be paid out, and we can keep so many hours, so you're talking, it could be $10,000 at one point in time, I have to keep that in consideration for our payroll.
Okay.
So that's where that difference is.
All right.
And we're just catching up from last year. Like I said, we had an employee that used it, so he doesn't have it to use it if he quits, so I don't have to pay him. So.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For that. Is there anything else? Would anyone else like to speak to the ordinance? If not, I'll close the public hearing. And I open the regular meeting. And we'll open the reading of the minutes.
The Board of Mayor and Aldermen of Cumberland City met in regular session on Thursday, May 1st, 2025 at City Hall. All members were present. Also in attendance was Recorder Mathis, Levi Page with Stewart County Standard, Ms. Spencer with Stewart County Streaming, also several city residents. Mayor Taylor called the meeting to order at 5:05 after the closing of a public hearing called for the reading of April meeting minutes. They were approved on a motion by Milliken, second by Johnson. No unusual expenses were reported. Mayor Taylor asked for public comments. Mr. Bob Spencer had some concerns with heavy traffic on Cumberland City Road, Highway 434. After a short decision, Mayor Taylor said that he would pass this along to the City Chief of Police. First on the agenda was old business, was second reading of ordinance 2025-01, zoning a parcel of 01102 containing 1.9 acres from residential to commercial. A motion was made by Milliken, second by Dunlap, and passed. Second was the second reading of ordinance 2025-02, 24-25 budget amendment for the drug fund. Other drug fund related expenses amended among adding 10,000. A motion was made by Milliken, second by Johnson, followed with a roll call vote. Motion passed. Next was new business. Recorder Mathis presented ordinance 2026-01, budget 2526 to the board after discussion regarding pay increases and health benefits, changes to the previous budget. A motion was made by Milliken, second by Dunlap, followed with a roll call vote. Passed on the first reading. Mayor Taylor had an update regarding Highway 149. Mayor Taylor spoke to the TDOT, which stated that a speed study could be done if the board would like. Alderman Milliken voiced that he thought that would be a great idea. After a short discussion, Mayor Taylor stated that he would talk to TDOT and get more information about getting these studies complete. Mayor Taylor also updated about the construction at the intersection of Old Highway 149 and Cumberland City Road in front of Busy Bee Market. After a short discussion, Mayor Taylor stated that himself and Alderman Dunlap had looked at a few places that needed signs for school buses and also some streets that needed signs that say no big trucks. After a short discussion, Mayor Taylor updated us regarding a school tear down timeline. Called for other business and thanked everyone for coming. Nothing was brought forth. A motion to adjourn was made by Milliken, second by Gunson. Meeting adjourned at 5:44 p.m.
Everyone's heard the reading of the minutes. Is there any discussion? There is no discussion. Would anyone like to make a motion that we pass the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Say, no. All opposed? Carried. Approval of expenses. Are there any unusual expenses we need to discuss? We don't have to vote on anything if there are any expenses, unless something.
Yes. You just have one comment? Is
All
that
right.
your comment?
That was just to make sure I can get that in.
Okay, this is the time for public comments. We've discussed that during the public hearing. Unfinished business. We have the ordinance 2026-01 for the fiscal year budget for 25 and 26 up for the second reading. Is there any discussion? Would anyone like to discuss anything further on the budget? If there's no discussion, do I hear a motion to pass on the second reading?
Make a motion to pass it.
Second.
Motion made and second to pass the budget for 25 and 26. We need to do a roll call. We'll do a roll call vote.
Short?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Dunlap? Yes. Taylor?
Yes. Motion carried. I was just gonna, I talked to Ms. Snack about the property across the street, and she has requested to, through the end of July, for us to give her some more time. We did that once, back during the winter. They asked to move it out to the spring, and we did, so I contacted her. She's asking to go until the end of July. And I want to know what y'all think about that, if we should pursue action or if we should give them a little more time.
I would have something saying if she doesn't do something by the end of July, then we will start.
I'm good with that. I feel the same way. Melissa, what do y'all
I
think?
feel the same way. Give her till the end of July, because she came here and she talked to us. She sounded like she wanted to do something with it.
Right.
So I think we can give her till end of July, and then after that, we should just
Yeah,
revisit it and think.
revisit it. I agree. And I will contact her and let her know that's what we're gonna do. And that, we'll go from there and see how it goes.
You want me to send her a letter on Motorhome City, first of August.
Then
Will
we'll
you
start.
be back at the next meeting, or?
Yes, that would be good if she would come to the, August meeting.
And I also spoke with.
Yeah, I've been looking into it with Kristen a little bit, and I've been talking to Eric Bittner, city attorney in Montgomery County. So we kind of shared David Cumberland
Mm-hmm.
together. It's fine if that's what you all want to do, but this letter, make sure it's certified, restricted delivery.
Okay,
And she's gonna sign for it.
yeah, that's the way I've done the last two.
Yeah. And keep up with, even if it comes back unsigned.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. On the Highway 149 safety survey, the only update I have on that is I spoke again with them and sent an email, which that's all he requested to get it started. So that's been done. Is there any other unfinished business that y'all would like to discuss? Not want to move to some new business. It's kind of old business, but the TDOT, the guy's name I'm talking to is Lee Rogers. Very nice guy, very easy to work with, and wants to be helpful. But he told me, he let me know that they've completed the intersection down by the Busy Bee. And it looks good. I think it's gonna be better. I think it's gonna take some getting used to. I saw someone turn into a one-way just out of habit, and it went okay, but I know it's gonna take a little bit getting used to. And we have a sign there. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I had one resident, she said that she would like to see if the stop ahead sign could be moved before the curve coming from the direction of Erin instead of where it's at, because when you see the stop ahead sign, like right after the stop sign. So just a little more notice that there's a stop sign there.
Yeah, very little leeway.
I think that'd be.
By the time you see it, you gotta stop.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what she was saying, and
That's true.
I went that way the other day, cause I only went the way going towards Dover, and yeah, before the curve, I think would be better.
That's good. Let's improve that. Okay. The other thing on new business I'd like to share with you guys is the Dowdy property on Congress Street. This William Dowdy has purchased 5 acres on Congress Street west. Congress Street West, which is the other side of 149. And he's requesting water. And we don't have water there. I think we may have discussed this before, but I just wanted to kind of update you. He spoke with Aaron, and Aaron told him that if we, the city, would give him a letter of first right of refusal, that they would give him a tap. And I'm okay with that. We discussed it in the planning commission meeting, and our recommendation coming out of there would be to allow him to receive water from the Aaron service, particularly because everybody else on that street is getting water from him. So, are y'all okay with us sending that letter to him?
I make a motion to send the letter.
Motion made and seconded to write the letter to Aaron to provide water for the Dowdy property. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Carried. The new street signs, I think we may have discussed this last month, but I just wanted to update you that they've been ordered. Mike's getting them ordered. And we'll get those up. It was 2 signs for Thomas. We'll put on each end that'll just stay local truck deliveries only. And there'll be 4 signs that say school bus stop ahead. So both of the entrances into the apartments will have those where a lot of children get on the bus. That's all I have for new business. Is there anything y'all would like to discuss? Did you have something, Melissa, you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Barn?
I have 2 things. One is the book bus from New County Library came up here. And it was awesome. It was a cool thing. They have it set up real nice for kids to go in there and play, color. The books that they have on the bus, they are totally free. They don't cost you anything, and it's for the community. And they're going to be back 2 more times this summer. They'll set you up with a library card if you need a library card. And she also suggested that we find a location or 2 here in Cumberland City for a book barn, for places for them to go, where you can take a book, leave a book, because the only one that is in our area right now is in Carlisle by the EMS. So they're willing to put them here. We just need to figure out some spots for them. And there would be some up-to-date books in there. Also, when the book bus comes back, if there's any books that people would like for them to have on the bus, she said she can put them on the bus. You just, you can either let me know or let them know down here, and then we'll get it to them and they can have those in the bus. And they don't cost you anything. They're free. So y'all should go visit it when they come back. And then the other thing is, I've been checking on the pickleball court over here. I've been working with Dustin and Aaron because he helped get theirs done. And he is going to set us up with the people that did their court and their nets. They're going to come here and do a free estimate and let us know what all it entails, how much it costs, how long it'll take, and all that. So,
What the devil is a pickleball? I know what a wiffle is.
It's the fastest growing sport in the United States.
Yeah.
So I hear.
A
It is,
No. With cornhole is the boards or the thing.
from what it was described to me, it's kind of like, I guess, like table tennis, but
Like
it's
a
you play it on a
table
It's
court.
a combination of tennis and table
Yeah.
and ping pong.
But it's popular. Like the courts in Erin, they're always full, and I guess the ones in Dover at that new park, they're always full. So people want another place to play, and there are people here in this community that want it and they want to play. So
I guess I need to Google it.
yes,
Okay.
I think it would be a real plus for our city to have the pickleball courts, and I thank you for heading this up and getting some estimates for us. We get those and we'll discuss it. We'll see where we are and what we have to do, but I think that would be a good thing. Melissa and I talked about 2. That might be a good spot to put one of the book barn receptacles or whatever it's called. But that's kind of, we've been bouncing around some other things, maybe down by the playground. So,
but if y'all have any ideas, just either let me know or leave it here at the city hall of what spots y'all think would be good to put them. And we want them where they're accessible to everybody, so or anybody. And also, don't forget about the yard sale at the end of this month. That's going to be at the fire department. It's going to be on the 28th and 29th, and they're going to be posting when they'll start taking the donations for that also.
Where are they in the post now?
Usually they put it on Cumberland City Chat, and then there'll be flyers. We'll post them usually here at the post office, the stores around, and then they'll be on other places, posted on Facebook, probably on Instagram, wherever we can post it.
Houston County chat too, because there's a lot of people that both sides.
Yeah, so we try to post it everywhere and let people know. But if you have stuff you want to donate, just reach out to somebody at Parks and Rec, or y'all contact me, or if y'all want to contact them here and they can let us know, and then we'll come and get it. Or let you know when you can bring it. And
That's it.
I had
Mhm.
I had a city resident come, that come to the office last week and made me aware that we do have, before we start spending the city's money on pickleball stuff, and just, the good ones are ones that are benefiting it, but we do have some that are tearing stuff up in the city. The fence down there at the tennis court, somebody keeps putting holes in the fence instead of going through the gates. They've literally pulled the fence up and there's 2 holes going in. And Therese went down there and put zip ties on the one side where the parking lot's at. They cut the zip ties off and they are still using the hole. And then we had another resident, the same resident noticed that there's some kids that have been tearing up the basketball courts. They're standing on top of them, and there are handprints like at the very top where they're lowering them, and then they're climbing it and standing
On the new one.
on the new thing. So it might be something before we spend a lot of money on, because pickleball's not cheap. I've looked into it just a little bit. It is going to be, I think it would definitely benefit the city. I have people call them all the time to ask our tennis court is suitable for pickleball. People that are in Waverly, I had one person call. They wanted to do a tournament. So, that's something I think it would be good for the city, but I think we need to get some kind of surveillance up there to keep
Put up a trail cam.
something. If it's something like that, that's what it is, but something that would just keep the kiddos more liable to do what they're supposed to and know they're supposed to.
I think, that being said, I think when we get the estimate for the pickleball, we need to incorporate some surveillance into that cost and consider it all that way. Because I didn't know about the fence. The new fence?
It's on both sides now. Mike said it's on the other side of the tennis court. So when you're at the parking lot, there's a part where they pulled it up, and then on the other side of the tennis court, towards the kickball, there's another part where they're going under it now too.
No.
Instead of just walking through the gate that's right next to it, I don't understand.
I'll
But
make sure that,
it's not a dog because somebody took the zip ties off the fence.
yeah, I'll make sure the chief of police knows about it. He probably already does.
He does.
Anything else, new business?
One thing about the tennis courts as well. Looks like since there's a lot of people there was a gentleman that told me they go up there often. And last time they went up there, they got just ate up by mosquitoes and bugs. So they were looking to see if maybe we could get that sprayed around the perimeter so they wouldn't get up eaten so bad. He was telling me Critter Ritters did it for around $55 around his house. He was thinking maybe someone in the ballpark of there. Yeah.
Okay. We can definitely reach out to, what's Critter Getter's name?
He was at our house the other week.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Patrick.
Plant lavender around it. Mosquitoes can't stand lavender.
Plant some.
It looks good.
All right, I'm just, one thing on old business, I want to let Bob know that I did speak to the chief of police, and I think we're gonna see some slowing down.
Okay, good.
And that's a good thing.
Slowing down there.
In Cumberland City.
Collier and Thomas is terrible, especially the guy in that white pickup, that white Dodge truck. Man.
All right,
If he comes on Cumberland City Road, they're gonna get him.
Well,
That makes you feel any better.
I wish they'd get a few of them, but that one truck, man,
I just,
50, 60 miles an hour.
your interest in that has been passed along, and you're not the only one.
No? Okay, thank you.
It's, they're aware, and we're gonna make an effort. That's all I have. Does anyone have anything else? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn? Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried.